So, you have watched the videos of the base fitting and the forward fitting of my bespoke navy blue suit, a process that involves several hours of unseen work and talent by Terry Haste and his team, every awkward angle and asymmetrical body part taken into account, and with a swipe of chalk and a cut of shears, with fine adjustments and complex inner workings, you come to understand what makes a garment like this so special, and makes the end of the journey feel like a grand adventure where you have contributed to, and indeed are a beneficiary of, a cultural bedrock of Britain, this bastion of high art that we call tailoring.
So here we are at long last. We have arrived at a finished garment. And I tried doing the reveal for this at home. So I've actually had this for quite a few months, but it didn't really work very well. So I am back with my trusty steed of videographer and of course, Terry Haste and Molly to talk us through the final finished suit. And specifically, a very important thing about Bespoke, which is that it is made for the figure that basically you start with and you go through the fittings with. And I've done a really silly thing, which is lose weight. Silly for some things, but it's not great for tailoring. I've, of course, written in the Times about the problems that Ozempic has caused, and I promise I'm not on Ozempic. And yet,
how are you getting on with it?
So you may look at this and think it looks beautiful, and it really does. It's got superb shape. You want to change it, don't you?
There's a couple of things I want to take. Right, let's have a look. Needs to come in a bit because it's a little bit loose, so obviously you can feel it there. We've now got far too much wrap on it.
Yeah.
So we're going to need to do that, bring that in a wee bit, and also, so I just want to do on the shoulders, just to clean them up here. So it's a bit nicer on the shoulders. And just double check, a couple of things, have a look at the back, see how you look. I wouldn't even touch your shoulders. I'm actually going to give you a little bit more room in the sleeves as well, because they feel a little bit snug.
Yeah, okay.
But just take this in now, because
I've been working out.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
I'm grabbing hold of 2 inches there.
Sorry.
We got to lose that 2 inches somehow. I'm not going to do it on the back seam because I don't really like doing that. It'll make you look a funny shape.
Because there is such a thing, Molly. Maybe you could sort of talk about this a bit about wearing in a suit. You know, you got to wear it, and it's sort of got to
mold to your body
a little bit, and you know, you move with it on, and it just sort of changed it a bit. So how much do you think, for people who are going into Bespoke, what's the kind of, you know, received wisdom on that? How do you think people should approach that?
Well, I think it's making sure it's definitely been put on your neck properly, which you obviously know how to do. A lot of customers that haven't had a Bespoke before, you have to tell them to really get it on their neck.
Yeah.
So it molds to them, but it really depends on how long they've been. How much they wear the suit. If they're wearing it once a week, it's going to take longer than if they're wearing it more often.
Yeah, that's fine.
To kind of go into it.
Sorry, is once a week not that often?
Well, it depends. Some people want to wear it all the time, but it depends kind of if they've got other suits to rotate, but they normally fall in love with their Bespoke.
Yeah, that's true.
Continue wearing it.
Yeah, that's very true.
And we call it a 500-mile run out, really. Just give it a test for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Which is probably what you have, haven't you?
Well, I've had this about a month now.
Yeah, about a month.
Yeah, so just for
yeah,
Christmas.
and then it starts moulding to your body. I notice it's starting to pull a little bit loose here. So,
but the thing is it's a fine line, isn't it, between, the mic is going to play a part, but there's a fine line between drape and as well, because one might sort of like that effect.
Some people like a lot of drape. I mean, we were trying, it was a guy from Spain yesterday, we were trying it on, and we said it was absolutely perfect across the back. And we said, do you want it to look good or feel good? He said, I want it to look good. But for most people, they would want a bit of drape here because they want to feel good. But, you know.
Because I think when people think about tailoring, often they make the mistake of assuming that when something's tailored for you, that means it's got to be tight to you, which is not your art. Your art is to create something that flatters, but is also comfortable.
Yeah, because you've got to be careful. You don't end up with a tube-looking garment where it's all so tight to you. It's just straight down. Yeah. So you've got to, because we give this a little bit of flair. It's not British, is it?
So the Italians are more wired to that kind of tailoring. And the French as well, actually. So the French kind of approach from a kind of couture point of view, where they really try and sort of find that sculpturing. But that's not the British way, and it's not been the British way for a very long time. And So, and whether you have unstructured tailoring or structured tailoring, you know, it still doesn't look for a kind of sculpted tight suit. It's got to have a little bit of comfort involved.
Yeah, it's got to have a bit of movement, isn't it? That's why you've got a little bit here. You've got to have this. Some people say, oh, tight, 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 tight. If you get it too tight there, you can't really put anything in the pockets.
Yeah. And of course, there's the Milanese buttonhole.
And the Milanese
which is
as
here
well.
just totally pointless.
Totally pointless.
Totally
It looks
pointless.
good, though.
Yeah, yeah, we love it.
We do an orange one next to go.
Exactly, yeah. And trousers, we have.
Yeah, I think you should wear trousers.
Yeah, so,
It's a novel idea. It's sort of quite fashionable nowadays.
so they've got the double pleats. We've got 2 buttons on the waistband. Where did you cut the trousers?
I think Siomba, we've had your pattern for a long time. We've
Yeah, that's
adapted it as and when, so it's probably Terry's, Siomba's, mine. Kind of all gone through that. I think, now.
Through the mill.
Yeah, but the pleats here at Cantonese are amazing. And the turn-ups as well was a 2-inch turn-up.
Yeah, match the waistband.
You've matched it to the waistband,
Yeah.
yeah. And every time picking up a suit is a real treasure. It's a wonderful thing to be able to experience and go through, and another lovely journey with you.
Have you worn it much? That doesn't look like you wore
A couple of times, not a lot,
Yeah,
but there's not been a lot of opportunity.
No.
And also, you know, I think my psychology with these things often is it's like when your new one is your precious one.
Yeah.
And so you really run in all the other ones.
Yeah.
Whereas your new one, you just sort of find the opportune moment.
Yeah, with special occasions.
And then soon, yeah. So
And then it changes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Although that being said, there's going to, you know, because this is so versatile, there's going to be so many opportunities to just know that this is the suit to pull out for that. And so, excellent. Well, thank you very much for.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I shall.